I am Ratnakar Misra, your coordinator, organizer for this program, and I'm working as a professor of National Institute of Science and Technology, Palur Hills, Berhampur in Odisha. We are an engineering college since last 23 years. This is, closing 23 years. We are entering our 24th year. We are also offering BTech, MTech, MCA, MBA, and other vocational programs there. So it is our part of curriculum that we are organizing such events always. So we in the different departments we are organizing, and during this especially the COVID-19 issue, and this is online. Had it been offline, it would be, I think, more effective, and we could see each other and sitting in auditorium and talking to each other would be definitely tremendous experience. But you know that everybody is facing this same situation, so you are also faculty members, so you know the constraints. So with that, we try to organize this. Hope we will be getting your participation throughout these 2 days. So this with this note, let me thank my director, Professor Sangram Mudali. He's the founding director of this college. He's basically BTech from IIT Kanpur, and then MS from Houston, US. And he was having a lot of experience in US. And he's from IIT Kanpur, and a distinguished alumnus award. Last year he received from IIT Kanpur. So he and his wife, Madam Gitika Mudali, they are running the institute. Madam is also, BTech and MS from US. So both of them are our inspiration, source of inspiration. And with their patronage, we are actually conducting our show, in fact. So in the Department of Management, actually we started our department 2006. We are a 13-member team of Department of Management. We offer MBA program, 2 years full-time program, as well as 3 years BCom program. So we are affiliated to our, BPUD, Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Rourkela, that is, Technical University of Government of Odisha, and our some other programs are affiliated to Berhampur University, Berhampur. So this is, our department, and thanks to my colleagues also. If I don't thanks, then because they are helping me in organizing, this event. So my heartfelt thanks to the colleagues who is helping me a lot in organizing things, designing the poster, and promoting the event, and reaching out to you and helping me in hosting this program. So thanks to them. And let me tell you that we have the resource person with us, Professor Manoj Das. If I go on reading his CV, then it will take a longer time, because you can see in the scopers, and you type Manoj Das, you get his publications. He's a basically very hardcore numerical man. He doesn't believe in theoretical. He believes in practice. So his basic background is economics and econometrics, and later on he switched over to management domain in various software. You will be getting to know him better when he will be starting his own lecture. His last couple of years he is associated with the Triple ITM Gwalior. Okay, and since last 1 year, please, Professor Das, you correct me if I'm wrong. Since last 1 year, he's with us in a nearby university, Kalikot University.
We are.
Yeah, since the last 2 years, this is the government of Odisha University. He's in Lyon. He's currently working as associate professor. Thanks to him, actually, we are getting him nearby. So we thought that his, the knowledge of software and the practice will help us. So virtually the show will be run by him. So that is, we also met him, several times in several events. So we hope that our participants will, get a lot of practical exposure, especially while using different softwares. And we, both of us, designed that, this HR dataset, and which I have forwarded to you. I hope all the participants might have loaded onto their, laptop, and should be ready with both the software and the datasets. So that is the one thing. Then a couple of things, why we organized and why especially I'm interested in the HR analytics. I'm basically HR man. My background is HR. One thing, let me tell you that because always we HR people are facing problem in showcasing our contribution to the organizations. Because marketing people can easily say that they have sold this much, so this can be easily quantified. Finance people can also say that how much resource they have mobilized for the organization. But when it comes to the time of the HR, always the organizations are asking what is the percentage of your contribution. Because even if our contribution is qualitative, but many times people are expecting us to quantitatively define our contribution. So that creates a pitiable condition for all the HR professionals, to justify their stance. They know they are doing conducting a lot of training and development program, and they are doing a lot of recruitment and manpower planning program, and they are doing a performance management system. But how they can quantify this? So that comes always in the mind to always justify before our management that our contribution is this much. So thank God our pioneer in this HR analytics, Jack Fish-Ainge, the moment he wrote the book in the 1980s, he has come up a good book. That book is with me. I will share with all the participants with that book. That is a software versions is with me. I also took some excerpts from that book. That is HCM 21, Human Capital Management 21st Century. So that book, through that book, he has also written many numerous books. Through that book, he tried to devise many metrics so that the qualitative aspects can be easily picturized into the quantitative aspects. And since last 10 years, the analytics has come to our life in a big way. And we HR professionals, we HR people cannot be away from this. So one way or another, if we are in corporate, then we have to justify our stance. If we are the faculty member, then we are devising our syllabus to make the HR analytics so that our students can go to the market with proper skill. And please note that last year also, when we become autonomous since last 2 years, last year we changed our syllabus and we introduced all the analytics concepts in our syllabus to make the students a hands-on experience about the practices, so that when they join the company, they will be joining the company with proper skill and with proper skill sets, so that the company will be happy for them. So that is the purpose. Actually, we are conducting this program. So things are like this because we HR people have to justify what is our contribution. So a lot of matrices have been designed. Lot of things have come up, like your employee turnover, or like your employee performance management, or employee training and development. Like lot of things are there. Nearly 51 metrics have been easily identified or widely popularized by the HR professionals in the market. Analytics has come in a big way to our life. So people understand there are stages like your descriptive analytics, what basically we are describing the data, and what is the predictive analytics, because we are looking to the future, what is going to happen with us. Describing is basically our recommendation that we are recommending to our students when they do dissertation programs or different projects. And in HR especially, we are having several domains. Several domains are right, starting from your manpower planning, your recruitment, then selection, then you are having training and development, then we are having your performance management system, then we are having peripheral support like your wages and salary administration, then we are having several follow-up actions. Follow-up actions may be promotion, maybe demotion, maybe transfer to different department, maybe superannuation, or maybe retrenchment, layoff, like this. Again, the cycle leads to your manpower planning. Then the cycle moves on like this. So in every domain, we are facing problems. We are basically in educational institute. So the nature of our problem may be a little bit different to that of the corporate style, because corporate people are suppose directly handling the customers, and their bent of mind is directly customer centric. Okay, but when we are talking our students point of view, then whole gamut of exercise is having a different dimensional view. But if we take that 500 staff, as I was talking about, 500 our staff, so we are also recruiting and we are also selecting among them. Then we are also giving some training like your induction orientation program. We are mentoring them also. Young faculty members, senior faculty members are mentoring them, and also we are giving training program. After that, we are also assessing the annual feedback. We are taking the annual feedback, students feedback, or like this. So in this process, how, if we are not fitting the wages and salary to the right candidate, then people may be leaving the college, or people may be leaving the corporate as such, as the case may be. Even if the college an experienced faculty leaves us, then it's a loss, because experienced faculty, what is the importance of the experienced faculty, that I think everybody is aware about it. So once the experienced faculty is leaving, then he leaves along with all the experience and all the subjects, whatever the subject knowledge he is having it, then he is leaving that. So that things is a loss to the organization. Okay, so that is the point. What happens? So whenever the employee leaves the organization, we are having a problem. Whenever the employee is feeling reluctant to the training and development program, then also we are having a problem. And whenever we are not able to find the right kind of the faculty member for our college at the right time, then also we are having the problem. So we are having the problem right from the manpower planning to the recruitment selection, to the training and development, to the performance management system, as well as the wages and salary administration, as well as the follow-up, again leads to the manpower planning cycle. So in this, we can develop numerous problem statements for our things. We can take the data and we can use some tools, like Professor Manoj Das will train us in the different software tools, because that management people are very weak in mathematics. Let us admit it. And especially this is a conference, this is a assembly of the HR people, then everybody will, I think, agree with me. So we are not that proficient in the derivations on the blackboard. But thank God we are getting some software like your SPSS, Minitab, Systat, Lizrel, and we are getting a Tableau. These are mouse based. So, and we can use as much as possible to interpret the data, whatever we are having with us, and we can predict and we can interpret how that is going to help in our life. Instead of mathematically deriving on the blackboard, we can take help of professionals like Professor Das, and we can understand how to effectively use the software for our benefit, and how we can reach to the conclusion of that. Request all of you to please cooperate and feel free. So Professor Das will tell his style of teaching. So he will be taking sessions, and after the session there will be a Q&A session. So you will be raising the hand so that people will be the resource person, or we will be reaching to you, and we can discuss among ourselves. So with this, I will conclude. I will definitely thank my colleague Professor Dipti Ranjan Lenka, who actually is helping me in all these exercises. And I also thank my institution, my organization. Thanks to Professor Das. I will request Professor Das to take over and start his session. And thanks to all. Thanks to Professor Das, and thanks to Dipti Ranjan Lenka sir, and thanks to the organization.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. So as Dr. Misra told me, I am very fast. That's why we require analytics. Because now that time comes, you have to analyze the things which is very fast in nature. Because once upon a time, we have to depends upon data collection. But now it not require data collection. Data is already there. Within 1 minute, you are having a data, volume, variety, velocity is increasing. So today the first, I'm start from the Dr. Misra. He said I am fast. Yes, I am fast because today we are having analytics. Analytics depends upon the fast. So I'm not spending a lot of time about my introductions. It's already over. So this is the agenda of the 4 sessions. Today I will discuss about session 1. What is analytics and how analytics helps us to understand the survival analysis. It means the main objective of survival analysis is to know the churn employees. Who are the people who are going to be leave and who are they? What are the demographic characteristics? Unless until you know the demographic characteristics of churn employee or about to churn employee, it is very difficult for HR manager to manage it. So the first session will talk about that attrition of survival analysis. First of all, I request, I just say to all of you, I am not the person of HR, I'm the person of management and econometrics, and I've used a lot of statistical and econometrical analytical tools in some consultancy, HR consultancy. So based upon that, I'm using the best 4 techniques which are going to be used in every organizations, and you also do these things for a research work. So my objective is not to explain the solely HR. I'll explain how the tool and technique will help you to understand employee, understand their churn predictions, and how to prepare your report in such a big way. So first class, I'll talk about HR predictions, that is through survival analysis. Second class, I'll talk about 2 things. One is called understand your employee through RFM. RFM means recency, frequency, monetary value. I will use the RFM analysis to understand your employee through SPSS, and then I will explain how to measure the performance through multiple regression. And most of you people are know regression, but I will explain how it will use in HR for decision making. So this is the 3 tools I will explain today. Tomorrow I'm having a session on data visualization. That is a software called Tableau. So everybody should download a Tableau version where I will explain about how to analyze the visualization through cross-section data, time series data, and how to analyze the data, the geographical data. So this is all about my agenda of the 4 sessions. We'll start with some analytical concept, then survival. I will explain one by one what is survival. So the goal of human resource analytics is to provide an organization with insight and effectively managing the employees. Because I'm not a person of HR, but I'm a person of the analytical mind, analytical person. So wherever I'm using in finance, time series data, or marketing, cross-section data, or in HR or supply chain in FOGI, I will try to find out to give some insight, and that can be helped to manage the whether employees, manage the market product, manage the resources, manage the supply chain, or manage the brand. So I'm the person, I can use this analytical tool, either marketing or finance or HR or supply chain. That is my strength, and that I want to try to disseminate my strength to all of you. Now the question is how this analytical tool used in HR. I'll explain. So this is our agenda. Survival to RFM, then visualization, then your time series, then last we will prepare a dashboard. That is the more important one. So first basic thing is that we should know these are the tool and technique that will be used in HR people. So let's talk about regression analysis first. I want to just give you highlights one points to each and every technique so that you should know. Suppose there is a tool called regression analysis. And what is that? Regression analysis means suppose you want to find out salary. Suppose you have to determine the salary. Salary depends upon so many factors. Depends upon your education, qualification, your age, your experience, your critical incidents, or your performance, your timing. So a lot of independent variables which affect on the salary. So I want to predict a model so that there should not be any discrimination. The 2 things. One, you have to develop a model. Second, you have to predict a model. What is development of model? There are a number of things. Suppose I take one issue, that is salary. Determine the salary. For salary, I have taken some of the independent variables. One is educational qualification. I will take age. I will take experience. I will take critical incidents. I will say the performance. I will say timing. So I have taken a lot of 10 or 15 variables. On the basis of that, I want to develop a model so that if a new person joins into my organization, if his age is 45, if he is a PhD, if he has done 5-year experience, you want to spend 8 hours, what should the salary should offer? So we can apply regression analysis to determine the salary, determine the appraisals. So I'll explain one by one example with the help of regression analysis. Second, the dummy variable regression. Suppose I want to know, is there any demographic characteristics of the employee impact on performance, on salary, whether age is an impact, whether gender is an impact, whether gender is an impact, or whether experience is an impact, or whether the types of level of managers impact. So when the demographic characteristics are there, I want to understand whether they impact on salary or performance or not. So we have a technique called the dummy variable regression. So please use chat box, and if any points you are having, I will try to answer there only. So because it will be two-way interaction class, it should not be one way. So try to give everyone any problem in your mindset, you just ask. So the first tool is the regression. Second, what is the objective of regression? Anybody? The objective of regression is to impact of to find out the impact. It's called the impact analysis. Impact of some HR factors. Second, dummy variable, impact of demographic characteristics. Now, what is the difference between these two? Here, I want to know, suppose my boss told me, Dr. Das, tell me whether, do you think that age plays an important role while in performance? Whether gender having an important role? Whether time plays an important role? So when the demographic characteristics are there, I can measure the impact through help of dummy variable analysis. That is the crux of this concept. Second, we are having the third technique is called survival analysis. This is today I will discuss about survival. The first class I talk about survival. Survival means I want to know. Suppose there are 100. I am one. This is timing 1. This is time 15 years. I want to study if the person, how many, what is the probability that people will leave our organizations when they leave. Suppose this is a probability. This is a survival rate. I found that out of 2 years people start leaving. So I will explain about when people start leaving, who are they leaving, how how much will be leaving after 5 years, how much will be leaving after 3 years. So when you have to predict the churn or attrition, employee attrition, for that we are using survival analysis. Today we will discuss survival. Then fourth is called, we have called RFM analysis. These are, RFM means this is called recency, frequency, and monetary value. I want to categorize my employee. I want to categorize my employee for these are my employees. These are my employees, and there are 1,000 employees in my organizations. I want to know who are the loyal employees, who are the high performing employees, who are the hibernate employees, who are going to be churn, who behave very badly, whose attitude is very negatively. So to understand the employee in your organization, there is a technique called RFM. Now I'll explain one by one. Regression is impact. It is impact study. Second, dummy variable, impact of demographic characteristics. Survival, to understand the churn of employees, churn, and RFM, to understand the category of employees. Now, the fifth technique where people are using in HR is called structure equation modeling. It means, suppose I want to know, suppose attitude of the employee depends upon so many factors. And attitude also depends upon the performance. And performance also depends upon the organizational productivity. I want to measure the organizational productivity through the performance, and performance depends upon attitudes. Attitudes depends upon so many variables. I want to find out the organizational productivity depends upon which factor, whether directly impacts on performance, or depends upon attitudes, or it depends upon these factors. So when you have a structural relationship among the variable, to understand the impact, to understand the relationship, we have a technique called SEM. And most of the HR research people are using SEM to understand relationship between the variables. For example, I give another example to explain about structural equation modeling. So I was told that Dr. Das tell me I want to find out organizational growth. Organizational growth depends upon the three things. Number one, productivity of the employee. Productivity of the employee. Second, second one is your brand value, and third is HR and your HR salary, or that is incentive plan. And and there are some of the factors related to the performance, some are related to the brand, and some of the incentive plan. I want to know whether organization productivity depends upon the performance or the branding of the organizations or the incentives. So if you want to measure the relationship among the variable, we have a technique called structure equation modeling. We're using that. And for that, we have a software called MOS. We solve this problem through MOS. Then the next very important is called dashboard. And this is the most important for every researcher, every faculty, every management, HR people should know how to analyze your descriptive or predictive analytics in a pictorial representation. Means in one dashboard, I prepare the line chart, I prepare the pie diagram, I prepare the histograms, I prepare the different modeling. So then I prepare geographical location. So on the basis of one dashboard, I want to predict and analyze and prescribe certain things. So tomorrow the whole session will talk about how to prepare a dashboard through Tableau software. So then the another technique what people are using in HR is called cart analysis. Cart means classification of regression tree. Suppose I want to know what is the probability of the greater than 45 male employee will be promoted, and what is the probability that greater than 45 women employee should be promoted to the top level. So when you want to predict certain things on the basis of demographic characteristics, then we have it called classification regression tree. इसको हम बोलते हैं decision tree. This also is called decision tree in the organization. So you prepare decision tree to understand the demographic impacts on your dependent variables. So these are the generally people are frequently using regression, impact, demographic, domain variable, survival, churn, category of employees to understand RFM, relationship among the variable, structural modeling, and preparation of visualizations through different chart and diagram, Tableau, and to understand and classification of the employee through the card. Then there is a called logistic regression. Again, you have to go for probabilities. Then association, suppose team building. For example, I want to find out that मेरे पास 150 लोग से 50 employees से, and I want to develop a team on the basis of 10 people. So how, suppose I will put X. What is the probability association between X1 to X3? X1, X3 का relationship क्या है? X1 to X4 relationship क्या है? Whether X1 is X3 related, whether X3 is X4 related, or whether X1 X4 related. So I want to develop a network relationship among this group. So this can be predicted to help of association analysis, or can have a basket analysis. We can have a call association test or basket analysis. So where we have to develop a team, the development of team and organizing the team and for measuring the performance can be solved with the help of association relationship in HR. There is a term called text analytics. Suppose I want to analyze the sentiment of the employees. I want to analyze, then what happened? I have given feedback. मेरे पास feedback आ गया, मतलब 500 feedback आ गया, and all the feedbacks are having more than let me 1,000 pages. 1,000 pages को मुझे analysis करना है that what are the 5 key variable people are talking about, positive, what negative, and what is the neutral value. So when you have emotional or sentimental analysis to analyze your feedback, we have a called text analytics. I will explain text analytics tomorrow. Then, since those who are HR and having a top position, or you want to do research on HR, there are 3 terminologies called AHP. AHP means analytical hierarchy process. It means I want to prioritize my strategy. Suppose I have taken 5 strategies. Can I go for recruitment? Can I go for training? Can I go for in-house promotion? Or can I go for consultancy? मुझे employee चाहिए, तो मैं 4 strategy है. मैं recruitment कर सकता हूँ, training देके promote कर सकता हूँ, then इसके बाद मैं consultancy hire कर सकता हूँ, और मैं outsource ले सकता हूँ. What should be the best option? What should be the best option? Okay, I want to go for that. If recruitment, can I go for inside or outside? Which training can I go for? Training for analytics or non-analytics? Consultancy, can I go for internal or external? Or outsourcing, can I go for the same source or different sources? So you are having number of strategy in your mind, and you want to prioritize the strategy. If you are having the same problem, then that can be solved with the help of AHP techniques. These are another analytical tool in HR. So my first objective is that what are the analytical tools generally you can use in our research, in our organizations, or your management. There is a terminology called DMATL. DMATL means decision making trial and evaluation laboratory. Suppose मैंने decision ले लिया कि मैंने इसको recruitment, इसको मैंने incentive दूंगा. अगर मैं एक position को incentive दे रहा हूँ, what is the impact in my performance? और performance impact होगा, what is the impact in the organization? और organization impact होगा, what is the impact on the industry? So then when I want to analyze the chain relationship, that is cause and effect, suppose I have seen that अगर मैं promotion दे रहा हूँ तो then इसका impact performance में कैसा होगा? प्रमोशन दे रहा हूँ, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैसे इम्पैक्ट होगा, और प्रमोशन दे रहा हूँ, इंसेंटिव में क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा. So when you have a plus or minus or cause and effect relationship among this variable, we have a technique called D-metal. So D-metal are using to understand the cause and effect of HR strategy. Those who are interested in the research in the HR, if you Google it, D-metal in HR, you will find a good paper, and to publish a good paper, you should apply this HP D-metal. Another is called TOPSIS. Suppose what happened, I'm a manager and I want to select one director or one employee. तो मैंने क्या किया, मेरे पास 5 एप्लीकेशन आया, employee 1, candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3, candidate 4, and candidate 5. And I'm having their profiles, their education, what they expected salary, and what is the number of experience, and what is feedback about the past feedback and past critical incidents. तो मेरे पास ये 6 एम्प्लॉय का पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन से, and I want, based upon this resources, I want to find out which is the number 1 employee, which is the number 2 employee. तो मुझे कैंडिडेट को सिलेक्ट करना है. So if you want to select your candidate or leaders or director on the basis of some information which may be qualitative and quantitative, okay, in a matrix format, you can apply TOPSIS to find out the best employees organization, to find out the best recruitment organization, and who is the best and to whom you will select. So for selection and recruitment, we are using TOPSIS, and most of the top management, they are using this TOPSIS for analysis. We have called VACOR. VACOR is the measurement for performance of employees. Is a technique. So there are a lot of tools, but I am citing some of the tools to understand how this analytical tool can apply in HR. But our focus should be, I will explain these two. I'll explain these two. This is today. I will explain these 4 techniques in the next 4 and 2 session. Then tomorrow I will explain about this one that is called Tableau. This is the agenda session. Others I am not explaining because I don't have any sufficient time. But what this should be, everybody should know about this technique. And those who are interested in research in HR analytics, they should focus these 3, and it will give more insight to publish a paper. If you apply HP, D-metal, and TOPSIS, then publication chances will be more. And if you apply Tableau, you can understand the inside of HR. These are the tools and techniques generally you're using in HR. The question is, why analytics? The analytics is, being HR, listen, अभी मुझे बोला जाता है, Dr. Das, you are an analytical person, you can apply marketing, you can apply supply chain, yes, because I know the tools and technique. I should know the reason for the causes. On the basis of causes, I should explain what best predict tool I can apply to understand the phenomenon. Now here, there are 3 things generally what I found in HR, that is staff churn, increasing productivity, and achieving the sales. So all these things can be solved with the help of analytics. Now see, this is called dashboard. This is a dashboard. So tomorrow I'm explaining this dashboard, how to analyze the different chart and diagram with one common picture. So this is called dashboard, and this is solved through Tableau. This software is called Tableau. With the help of Tableau, we can draw this type of diagram, and this is a beautiful diagram I can explain with the help of Tableau software to understand the phenomenon or understand insight. So यहाँ पर हमको insight मिल जाता है. So this is called visualization software through Tableau. This is again, now this is called again the dashboard through Tableau. Now we have prepared this type of dashboard. Tomorrow we are having a Tableau sessions on this. Now this is very important. This is called survival analysis. Just I want to take 1 minute. I already explained survival. Now see, this is a job tenure, 0 to 156 months people are having. And now see the very important today this first session I talk about survival. मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ, up to 12 months, these are the churn rate. Means इसका मतलब है 20% people are leaving the organizations. And ये हमारा managers है, 0 level, lower level manager, ये top level manager. So I have explained that both the core. I found that at the end of 24, and these are the churn rate. Let me explain again. So थोड़ा आपको ये लग रहा है. तो suppose 24 months में मुझे क्या लगा कि एक दो value आया. Now this is the churn rate. Means people are churn me. This is the manager 1. ये जो color manager 1 है, ये manager 1 है, ये manager 0 है. Now can anyone explain churn rate किसका सबसे ज़्यादा है? Just explain this graph. Churn rate, whether manager 1 is higher or manager 0 is higher. Who are surviving organization, who are not surviving organization, or which churn rate is more, or which survival rate is more, put in the chat box. I want to know कि these are the survival core, इसको बोलते हैं survival core बोलते हैं, अभी आज पढ़ेंगे, इसको पढ़ेंगे. Now suppose I've taken this phenomena. तो मैं चाहता हूँ 24 month में after 2 year, what is the churn rate of manager 0 and churn rate of manager 1? तो मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ मैं? तो churn rate अगर हम देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर क्या हुआ? Only this percent people are leaving, means 15. Okay. Now the churn rate of manager 1 is higher in compared to manager 1. Am I right or not? Am I right? Yes or no? Now see, this is a churn rate. So today we'll discuss about how to understand कि age wise churn क्या है, gender wise churn क्या है, manager wise churn क्या है. Suppose I want given a consultancy. मुझे बोला कि सर बताइए after 72 months, 6 years, who are the people are churn rate higher कितना है? यहाँ कितना लोग चल, यहाँ पर ये वाला डाटा है, यहाँ पर यहाँ डाटा है. मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ? यहाँ पर इतना लोग छोड़ के चले गए. But now see, the churn rate is higher in case of manager 0. So this is called RFM analysis. The next period we'll talk about RFM. I will explain about how to understand an employee based upon the recency value, performance value, and their expense value. On basis of RFM, we develop this type of chart to understand the employee categories. This is SCM. I've already explained about SCM analysis. It means now see, this is the job performance. Okay, job performance depends upon training, depends upon selection, depends upon participation, depends upon employee empowerment. And also I want to know whether training impact performance or selection impact on performance or participation in impact performance or employee empowerment. So when you are having such type of hypothetical relations to measure, there is we are using called SCM to understand this type of relationship. There is another tools. This is called CART. इसको बोलते हैं CART बोलते हैं. So listen, when you say analytics, na, all are visualization. See the visualization, chart and diagrams, nothing value. This is called CART analysis. So these are not in your scope. On the basis of CART, I will predict कि कौन सा employee सबसे ज़्यादा, कौन सा group of employees सबसे churn हो रहे हैं और कौन सा employee बहुत अच्छा performance कर रहे हैं. So to employee का performance and growth and productivity measurement करने के लिए, based upon the demographic characteristics, we have concept called CART. We can use CART in our HR. This is called D-metal analysis. I already explained about relationship, the cause and effect. This D-metal is not in your syllabus. This is called TOPSIS, to find out the best employee on the basis of their information. Now, HR analytics is a systematic identification and quantification of people driver. So you all are HR people. I don't spend much on. This is very important diagram. I want to explain tomorrow how to analyze your employees. Suppose आपका organization में 40 कंट्री में लोग हैं, 40 कंट्री में लोग आपके पास हैं. 40 कंट्री में कुछ, suppose there are different branches are there, some in India, some in USA, some in like this. I want to know which organization or which company is performing well, which employees of which country performing well. So when you go for geographical analysis, it may be world data, it may be India data, it may be district data, it may be region data. So that all the geographical location analysis can be solved with the help of Tableau. We will explain tomorrow. Now see, these are the employee data, candidates data, and I want to predict them. Some are male, some are female, and this is the data 1000 candidate. Now what is the first step? First step is I want to divide the whole data into different age category. मैंने इसको क्या किया, एज में कैटेगरी डिवाइड किया. तो मुझे प्रॉब्लम लगा ये 18 to 30 है, 30 to 40 है, 40 to 50 है, type of employee I'm having, or I can say that this is a supervisor, manager. So what happened, based upon your all employees, I categorize the employee in a different visualization chart. Then I go for whether you have normal distributed or not. Data normal है ना नहीं वो check करना है. Normal means it means that the mean से the spreading both side equally spread हो रहा है ना नहीं हो रहा है, मुझे check करना है. Now let's start. Our first tool is called survival analysis. Now see, this is the one graph. This is survival graph. Now our objective is to draw such type of survival curve. Now what happened? These are 10 employees. This is a survival probability, 100%, 80%, 60%. I want to know up to 2 period everybody survive. Am I right or not? Only 0.05% are leave the organization. Up to 1 year, people are in the organizations. Am I right or not? Based upon this graph, up to 5, up to 6. Now this percentage people are left. It means only 10% are left and 90% are survive. Am I right or not? After 9, what happened? 50% are churn and 50% are 50% are 50% are churn and 50% remaining. Do you understand this graph or not? Suppose this is 7 years. 7 years में मैंने क्या देखा? 20% of people are left in organization. यहाँ लोग छोड़ के चले गए. अब यहाँ पर क्या देखा मैंने? 80% are still in organizations. Clear? Now tell me, what is the 100% churn rate? Which year all people are left in organization? What is the 100%? Please, what is the 100% after 9 years? Is it so? Is it so? 10 years still is there, still 12 still is there. 11 year और मीन्स आई कैन से अप टू 12 ईयर. इट मीन्स मुझे लग रहा है तो कोई भी एम्प्लॉय यहाँ पर आता है तो 12 साल तक यहाँ पर लोग रहते हैं. 12 साल बाद यहाँ लोग वो कंप्लीटली चल के चला जाता है. मैंने क्या किया, लास्ट 12 ईयर डाटा लिया. मैंने डाटा लेने के बाद मैंने देखा कि मेरा जो एम्प्लॉय का चर्न रेट कितना है. मैंने देखा कि जो जितने भी जो पुराना एम्प्लॉय थे 12 साल के बाद वो चले गए. ओके, तो मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ, up to 1 year people are happy, up to 3 years people are happy in my organization, up to 4 years people are happy in my organization, but after 4 years people start leaving. Clear? Suppose मुझे बोला गया, Dr. Das, tell me when I will recruit. See, this is the phenomenon in my organization. Tell me when I go for recruitment. So can you recruit after 1 year? Yes or no? Can I recruit after 3 years? Yes or no? Suppose I want to recruit the people. When I'll recruit? I will recruit when 50% churn rate already there. I will start recruitment after 6 years, 7 years. It means I have seen in my organization after 7 years people start leaving and living rate is higher than. So मुझे क्या करना है, 7 साल तक मुझे 7 साल के बाद जिसका 7 साल हो जाएगा उसको मुझे काउंसलिंग करना है, इसको सर्वाइवल में रखना है, इसको देखना है कि ये 7 साल बाद चांसेस ऑफ, इट मींस व्हाट आई वांट टू से, chances of leaving of the organization of after 7 years is higher in compared to other people. Is it clear? Do you know what is now? Do you know what is survival now? Yes or no, or you have some doubt? Okay. Now suppose this is called 1 minus survival. इसका just opposite. हमने क्या देखा? Up to this year, what is 1 minus survival? Anybody? What is 1 minus survival? There are 90 people probably serving at the end of 10 years. मैं देखा 10 up to 10 साल तो लोग चला जाते हैं. तो इसका just opposite of survival. So 1 minus survival is the just opposite of survival analysis. So this is also called cohort analysis. Now tell me, this is another graph of survival. We have to draw this type of graph. Don't worry, we'll prepare such type of graph. I want to know, this is a male को हमारा blue color हो गया, green हो गया, female. This is total. Just tell me at what age people are survive. या डेथ रेट का बात कर रहा हूं मैं, टेल मी सपोज व्हाट रेट पीपल आर स्टार्ट, डेथ रेट कब से स्टार्ट हो रहा है? अप टू 65 लोग रह रहे हैं. 65 के बाद लोग का डेथ होना चांस हो रहा है ना. नहीं, सपोज इसको थोड़ा मैं चेंज कर रहा हूं, इसको मैं नहीं ले रहा हूं, मैं ले रहा हूं इसका 1 year, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Don't go for this one. इसको देखो मत, अभी टाइमिंग. Now tell me which survival, किसका survival highest है, मेल और फीमेल? ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मेल survival highest है ना फीमेल survival highest है? Now this is the survival curve of the female. This is the survival curve of female. Suppose I will take 1 year. तो मैं 1 year प्लान कर रहा हूँ. मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर इतना ही लोग छोड़ के जा रहे हैं फीमेल में. Okay, which is little bit 5% and 9% और 10% is male survival. तो जो ग्राफ आपसे नीचे रहेगा इसका मतलब इसका सर्वाइवल सबसे हाई है, और जो ग्राफ ऊपर रहेगा सर्वाइवल रेट इसका सम से महक अग्रवाल. नाउ मैं बोल रहा हूँ 1 साल के बाद आफ्टर 1 year, इसको मैंने टाइम लिया था ना, ये टाइम लिया था. दिस इज 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. नाउ सपोज आफ्टर 3 years, दिस इज, मैं एक लाइन कर रहा हूँ. Tell me what is the total churn rate in organization? 100% survival, churn rate is 10%, means 90% of every employee मेरा organization में है. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Yes or no? After 3 years, I want to know 90%. And within 90%, what I say that 30% are female are churn, whereas 40% are male are churn. Is it clear? 30% फीमेल छोड़ के चले गए एंड 40% फीमेल चला गए। मतलब है अभी 70% फीमेल मेरे पास ऑलरेडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर है एंड 60% मेल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अंदर है। तो इट मींस मुझे क्या करना है, फीमेल आर मोर सर्वाइव देन मेल। इज इट क्लियर? यस और नो? 1 2 3 4 5 and 6। Tell me at which year the both are churn rate equal आ रहा है? Which year में सर्वाइव दोनों इक्वल आ रहा है? अब 8 साल में देखा मैंने whether it is a male and female both are left organization. Is it clear? Is it clear? So what is the conclusion? From this graph we have seen that the female survival is higher than compared to the male. So and means the churn rate of female is lower in compared to the male. Like this, you go for age wise. हम age wise भी कर सकते हैं. We'll do some exercise later on. Now, so this is called one, the opposite of one man survival. हमने यहाँ पर क्या देखा है कि up to this, up to 10 years, nobody is left, but up, okay, then people are starting. 10 साल के बाद यहाँ लोग starting छोड़ना start कर लिए. Okay, then after 10 years, most of people are now there no survival rate. So now let's see what is survival. Survival rate. Maybe most of the researcher in HR they are using survival rate, and they can go for consultancy also to apply the survival of अन्य अगर आप अभी एक काम कर सकते हो, जितना में MBA इंस्टीट्यूट है, you can go for survival analysis also कि कितना फैकल्टी चर्न हो रहा है, कितना लोग छोड़ रहे हैं, at what age they are churning. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. What is survival? Ability of researcher to predict turnover through measuring variables such as employee and job satisfaction. तो मुझे यहाँ दो चीज पता लगेगा. One, whether churn is because of the demographic characteristics or the churn is because of satisfaction. Okay, so I can measure and I can predict. Both the things I can clear with the help of churn. The object of the churn to understand the predictions of the attrition of the employee. Now next, so this we can also use the churn to develop and maintain a productive workforce. Now what happened? मुझे बोला कि डॉक्टर दास, can you predict? मेरा पास 1000 एम्प्लॉइज हैं. लास्ट 5 साल में मैंने 200 लोग एम्प्लॉय को मैंने रिक्रूट किया था. आफ्टर 5 years I have seen only 10 people are remaining. I want to know the problem. Why people are leaving organizations? Who are they? What is their age group? Whether they like or dislike our policy. What is the major cause for that? These are the reasons I want to predict. I want to develop a model. If this is the case, then I can go for the survival analysis. It means I can go for, I can find out who are the active employees in the organizations. This is the more important part. And who are the lateral lever, or who are the middle levers, or who are the early levers. So these are the terminology I can use in survival. What is active employee? Anybody who survived an organization till last year? Early levers, join करने के बाद 2 महीने बाद छोड़ के चला जा रहा है. Middle levers, बीच में ही चला गया. Lateral means काम खत्म हुआ और काम खत्म होने से पहले जा रहा है. So I want to find out this type of jargon of words during my survival analysis. Generally, this technique generally used in biostatistician to understand the survival of the death rate. Death rate and survival rate कर रहे थे. Now the insurance company, HR company, telecom company, all are using survival analysis to understand and predict the churn rate. I've already explained about this. Teleco, insurance, mortgage, retail, manufacturing, public sector, retail are organized. Now see, this is also used for business planning, lifetime value of organizations, active employee, active customer, and also go for campaigning and policy purposes. I'll not explain that. Other two very important difference. What is churn and what is survival? What one is attrition, what is retention, survival and stay. Very good. Now one talks about that the customer to churn during the defined window. One is called overtime. This survival is overtime. This is on point of time. तो मुझे churn analysis क्या करना है? Point of time कितना लोग छोड़ के जा रहे हैं? Survival मतलब है overtime कितना लोग छोड़ के गए. So one is period of time. One is called a particular point of time. This is the difference. Churn means attrition. Survival is to understand retention. Very good. So we can also develop the help of survival through customer lifetime value. Now there is 3 very important functions we listen. One is we develop hazard. This is a mathematical term. I don't use the mathematical term because I came to know most of participants are HR that don't know mathematics. I don't use mathematics here. I simply use the word general word. One is called hazard and it's called survival function. तो हमने क्या करते हैं? देखते हैं कि जब हम जो सर्वाइवल होता है किसका डिपेंड करता है? डिपेंड्स अपॉन टाइमिंग, राइट और नॉट? Survival depends upon the survival. It depends upon the function of timing. Is it clear? So when you go for survival timing, I want to find out hazard function. It means hazard means what is the competitivity in male and female. एक particular point of time में male and female में hazard function कितना है, survival rate highest कितना है, rate कितना है. Then I go for hazard function. What is survival function? At particular point of time, what is the overall survival rate? So when I go for comparative analysis, I can go for hazard function. When I go for pulling data or all the employee analysis, I go for survival function. It is a continuous assessment. So I already explained the theoretical. I don't go for more on theory. Let's talk about one example. Now I will take one example. I'll explain. Now see, now how we have data set. These are the employee ID. These are the employee ID. Just write down if you have any doubt. Employee ID, and these are the employee name. I'm having the employee name. Then what happened? First, I asked about how many times. Suppose मैं data. Listen, survival हम जो देखते हैं ना, future, past employee का देखते हैं, not for future. Future predict करते हैं. तो मैं देख रहा हूँ मेरे पास जितना भी churn rate था, जितने लोग छोड़ के गए थे, वो डाटा ले रहा हूँ. मेरे पास survival. Suppose मैं देख रहा हूँ कि आज मैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया था 15 महीने पहले, 24 months पहले मैंने प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया था. नाउ एम्प्लॉय 1 आज मेरा 23 मंथ हो गया प्रोजेक्ट में. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड? सर बीच बीच में लोग आते रहते हैं ना, थोड़ा एडिट करते रहो कि जब मैं एडिट करता हूं मेरा कर्सर चला जा रहा है. नाउ सी दिस प्रोजेक्ट इज फॉर 24 मंथ्स. 24 मंथ में डाटा मेरे पास मिल गया. 24 मंथ देखा हूं कि 1 दिस इज कॉल्ड एम्प्लॉय नंबर एक्स. ये 12 महीने के बाद छोड़ के चला गया. एंड इज जेंडर इज ए मेल. एंड एम्प्लॉय इसको भी मिडिल लेवल टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट था. एंड इसका क्रिटिकल इंसिडेंट ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस 10 साल का था, लाइक दिस. नाउ सेकंड एम्प्लॉय, इसका नाम वाई, अभी तक हेड, मतलब नाउ सेकंड लास्ट वन इज कॉल्ड द स्टेटस. स्टेटस मींस अगर वो रह रहा है तो मैं लिखूंगा 1, अगर छोड़ के जा रहा है तो मैं लिखूंगा 0. मतलब ये एम्प्लॉय 12 महीने तक काम कर रहा है अभी तक. व्हाट इज 1 फॉर ही इज ऑलरेडी इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, स्टेड है. सपोज सेकंड एम्प्लॉय 15 मंथ तक काम किया है. ओके, नाउ फीमेल है, मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर्स है, एंड एक्सपीरियंस इसका 8 साल है. 0 मींस 15 महीने के बाद वो छोड़ के चला गया. ये अभी तो 12, दिस इज ए न्यू एम्प्लॉय, लास्ट 12 महीने तक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहा है. थर्ड एम्प्लॉय जेड. ओके, नाउ ही इज वर्किंग ऑन 23 मंथ. ही इज ए मेल, ही इज ए मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर. इसका एक्सपीरियंस 12 साल का है, एंड ही left means 0. फोर्थ एम्प्लॉय अगर x1 2 महीने तक काम किया था, फीमेल, लोअर मैनेजर, एक्सपीरियंस 1 साल था, एंड 0. नाउ सी लाइक दिस आई एम हैविंग डाटा सेट ऑफ 500 एम्प्लॉयज. मेरे पास 500 एम्प्लॉय डाटा लिया मैंने. ओके, नाउ आई एम हैविंग देयर नंबर ऑफ टाइम इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, देयर डेमोग्राफिक स्टैटिस्टिक्स, देयर लेवल ऑफ टाइप एम्प्लॉयज, their experience, past experience, and status as of now. Now I want to know, based upon this, I want to predict. क्या predict? Second, मैं और डाटा ले रहा हूँ सैलरी. एक डाटा ले रहा हूँ बीच में, देखा सैलरी कितना में सैलरी ऑफर किया था, 12,000, 15,000, like this. Now I am having 500 डाटा. Now मुझे पास 3 ऑब्जेक्टिव मेरे पास प्रॉब्लम आएगा. Number 1, who are the people are churn, when they churn, what is their demographic characteristics, whether the high income group are churn or low income group, salary group are churn, whether middle level are churn or lower level are churn, whether high experience people are churn or lower experience people churn, and which factors impact on churn, whether demographic or salary or experience. churn क्यों हो रहा है? तो मैं 4 रीजन प्रॉब्लम लिया है. ये क्लियर? फर्स्ट इशू I want to know when people are churn. Second issue, who are they? Third, how? Second is why they churn. And fourth, what is the most impact on churn? Impact. Then fifth, what strategy I have to follow? This is the means descriptive, predictive, prescriptive, and policy. Is it clear? Now there are 3 methods in your churn rate. Now listen me carefully. One is called live table. फर्स्ट हम करेंगे लाइव टेबल में करेंगे, ग्राफ आएगा हमारे पास, ग्राफ आएगा। सेकेंड कल्पन मेयर, कल्पन मेयर का मतलब हाइपोथेसिस प्रूव करता है कि जो ग्राफ है वेदर द सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंसेस सिग्निफिकेंट है ना नहीं है। एंड थर्ड इज कॉल्ड कॉक्स रिग्रेशन। तीन चीज आएगा, सुनिए केयरफुली। व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट वन? ओके, व्हाट इज द फिफ्थ वन? द फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम इज व्हेन चॉन रेड कप से स्टार्ट हो रहा है। सेकेंड who are they, what is the demographic profile? Third, why they churn? Fourth, impact, which factor impact on churn? Fifth, the policies, how to reduce the churn. Now this survey analysis can be solved with the help of three techniques. One is called live table, and it's called Kalpan Mayer table. लाइव टेबल में हमारा क्या आएगा? Only you find out the graph. यहाँ पर डायग्राम्स आएगा, विजुअलाइजेशंस आएगा. Second, Kalpan Mayer will talk about whether the graph what you are explaining is significant or not. तो hypothesis prove करने के लिए I can go for Kalpan Mayer. And third, I want to know the impact. Which variable is impact on churn? Whether it is gender, whether it is experience, or whether it is salary, or whether it is a type of employees or level. Then for that I can use Cox regression. तो तीन मेथड यूज होता है. ये वेरी सिंपल, मैं मैथमेटिकली नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, जस्ट फंडामेंटल आपको बता रहा हूँ. सपोज जब भी हम डाटा लेते हैं, हमारे दो डाटा होता है. वन इज कॉल्ड सेंसर डाटा, अनदर इज कॉल्ड रियल डाटा. सेंसर डाटा मीन्स वी डोंट हैव एनी इंफॉर्मेशन. सपोज मेरे पास 500 डाटा है, 500 में 43 डाटा मेरा सेंसर बताएगा. सेंसर मीन्स आई डू नॉट नो वेदर मेरे पास ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में है और नहीं है, बिकॉज मेरा इसका रेजिग्नेशन नहीं है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं आ रहा है, बट आई डोंट नो वेदर ही इज स्टेइंग इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और लेफ्ट इज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो सच टाइप ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन इज कॉल्ड सेंसर डाटा. सो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, तीन चीज ध्यान रखेंगे. हमको जब डाटा वहां पर पूछेगा व्हाट इज सेंसर, सेंसर मतलब देयर इज वन अदर कॉलम यू कैन राइट डाउन नो इन्फॉर्मेशन. There is no information about your employees, then we call it a sensor data. Now see, this is employee 1, 5 months join किया था, 1 status है, gender 1, role is 1 and sales. So please everyone should open your SPSS. Now see, ये मेरा data set है, the employee name, recruitment date, timing spent at adjourn date, status means active, means he is already in the organization. जेंडर फीमेल, डिपार्टमेंट HR, बैकग्राउंड नॉन इंजीनियरिंग एंड इंजीनियरिंग लिया था मैंने, प्रोफाइल मिडिल लोअर एंड सैलरी आई एम ऑफर 33,000 13,000 लाइक दिस. So what is my first objective? What is my first objective? I want to know the survival analysis. So एक बार मैं करता हूँ, बाद में आपके साथ मिलकर करूंगा. एक बार देखो मैं किसे करता हूँ. So don't be so hurry because सपना का साथ मुझे पहले बोल रहे हैं स्लो चलना है. तो आप लोग कुछ नहीं करो, एक बार मुझे देखो. I'll give you time. Now see, these are the data set. One is employee name, recruitment date, कब recruitment किया गया था, timing कितना टाइम वो हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में है, एक्टिव है ना नहीं है, फीमेल, जेंडर, डिपार्टमेंट फॉर एग्जांपल डिपार्टमेंट, then background, profile and salary what offered. So please go to the analyze. Please don't do that. एक बार मुझे देखो मैं किसे करता हूँ, then आपको बताऊंगा. Survival. There are three analysis: live table, Kalpan Mayer and cost regression. Live table objective is to develop a graph. Kalpan Mayer is to understand the significance among the graph. Significant है ना नहीं है graph. Cost regression is impact of dependent variable. मैं अपने live table click किया. Now see, before that, just find out what is the maximum timing. मैंने क्या लिया यहाँ पर 16-15 है ना. Maximum timing के बाद देखो कितना दिया गया. Maximum timing is 15. मतलब है मैंने 15 महीने का डाटा मेरे पास मिला है. ओके, आज और 15 मिनट डाटा मेरे पास अवेलेबल है. ये क्लियर? फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज दैट यू शुड नो व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम टाइम पीपल आर हैविंग. दैट मैक्सिमम टाइम मींस दैट पर्टिकुलर मंथ यू कलेक्ट योर डाटा. मतलब 15 महीना तक डाटा आपके पास अवेलेबल है. नाउ प्लीज गो टू एनालाइज. नाउ सेकंड, थ्री थिंग्स यू रिमेंबर. फर्स्ट, गो फॉर टाइमिंग. Second, see the status. Status means that is our objective, dependent variable. Active means he is still in organization, not active means he left organization. Gender, department, background, profile and salary. So हमारा first objective होता है I want to know who are the people at churn, when they churn and whether the churn is based upon salary, profile, background, department and gender wise. What happened first, मैं दोबारा कर रहा हूं जो लोग चले गए थे. First step is go for analyze, go for survival, then life table. First is timing. The timing study करना है depend variable. And what is the maximum time I'm having? 15. Put maximum time here by 1. मुझे 15 एक महीना साल एक महीना से 15 महीना देख रहा है. Then go to status. Status means what is the objective? I go for non-active. Non-active को मैंने क्या लिया? मैंने non-active को मैंने लिया 0. Now see, 0 is non-active, active is 1. So I write down define event 0. Okay. First is go to timing, put maximum timing by your minimum time 1. Status is our non-active because I want to understand the non-active people, or then go to the option. In option, just click survival and 1 minus survival. That's all. Survival and 1 minus survival. That's all. Is it clear? Continue. And first click OK. Now, these are the 15-month data. First 0 महीना में 250 लोग थे. Number of withdrawal 0 थे. लोग 250 लोग रह गए थे. Then proportion term, like you got all this information about all 15 years. Now see, this is the survival function. First is this is a life table. Now tell me, when people start churn, looking this graph, after 2 years, very good. When 50% are churn, up to 2 year, people are in my organization. 2 साल तक कोई भी नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं, 100% probability survival है. But 2 साल के बाद लोग छोड़ना start कर रहे हैं. Clear? Like this. And at the end of 5 years, 6 years, I have seen 40% are churn, and 50 कब आ रहा है? At the end of 8 years. Is it clear? Now, second is 1 minus survival. Anybody who can explain? Up to 2 years, all are survived. Then people start churning. So ये just opposite. 2 साल के बाद लोग यहाँ रहते हैं. Then 2 साल के बाद लोग छोड़ना start कर रहे हैं like this. So after 14 years, all are left. That is just opposite. Is it clear? Then please go to analyze, survival, life table. Now I want to explain gender wise. Gender wise. Gender को data क्या लिया मैंने? 1 for male, 0 for female. So what I will do? Write down range 0 and 1. Okay. Now go to the option. Survival 1 minus survival. Continue. Say okay. Now see difference. This is male. Data आ गया आपका result. Female का आ गया. Male का आ गया. Now male and female में सबसे ज्यादा किसका है? Male or female? Because female is the blue, male is the green. So I want to know which group of people are survival rate is higher. So
survival is higher. When what is showing higher, the opposite one is churn.
Opposite one is, for example, up to this, listen, up to 2. Okay, all are remain in the organization. They're male and female, they are in the organization.
Yes.
Up to 4 also, some people are churn. अब देखेंगे green color जो आ रहा है यहाँ पर, वो मेल है, वो नीचे आ रहा है. मतलब है यहाँ पर क्या हुआ? 20% चर्न हो रहा है, बट ब्लू कलर इसका ऊपर है, तो 50% चर्न हो रहा है. जो ऊपर रहेगा वो सर्वाइवल रेट ज्यादा है. राइट. तो अपोजिट वन इज मोर चर्न. मतलब ग्रीन यहाँ पर देख रहा हूँ, मेल पीपल आर मोर सर्वाइव, सॉरी मोर चर्न देन. यस. बिकॉज व्हाट इज ग्रीन? ग्रीन इज मेल. And what is blue? Blue female. Female churn is lower in compared to the male. Is it clear? So what is your common? What is your, suppose यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर 8 से 12 महीने तक, 8 से 12 महीने तक मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ? This is a male. Up to 50% मेरे पास male already है. This is female. मतलब 58% और 45% churn है female का. So why conclude that female are more survive in organization compared to the male? Is it clear? So I want to go for recruitment. So up to मैं क्या देखूंगा, 6 साल के बाद जो मेल होते हैं वो छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. Then I have to find out reason for that. Why people are churn? Why male are churn? Up to 2 साल तक कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रहा है. Then 3 साल के बाद भी थोड़ा दोनों इक्वल छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. But up the problem area is up to 7 to 11. 7 to 11 में 7-11 साल में दोनों छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. But churn rate in case of male is higher in compared to the female. So what is your strategy? Can I recruit female more or male more? then gender issue हो जाएगा. So I will not say anything. What about this? Up to two months, nobody left. Then people start living. Now यहाँ पर green color ऊपर आ रहा है, मतलब living ज़्यादा rate आ रहा है. So you can explain like this. So now next, what I want to know, analyze, survival, life table, department is 1 and 2 लिया मैंने, 1 and 2, minimum 1, maximum 2 है. Now who can explain about this department wise churn rate? Upper one is the graph show more survival. Now see, this is 100% survival. अभी लोग यहाँ छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, मतलब क्या 90% सर्वाइव हो रहे हैं, 10% छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. ऊपर वाला होता है चर्न, नीचे वाला है सर्वाइवल. फॉर एग्जांपल आई विल टेक 8 मंथ में अगर डाटा ले रहा हूं तो मैं क्या देख रहा हूं, these people are 50% are survival and 50% are churn. Up to 100% are survival, then people start living. Now see, up to 6 months, जो मैं 6 टाइम ले रहा हूं, यहाँ पर कितना लोग देखा हमने, 50% मेरा सेल्सफुल चले गए. अप टू 6 यहाँ पर मेरा 30% चला गया, मतलब ऊपर वाला सर्वाइवल आ रहा है. तो इट मीन जो ऊपर रहेगा दे आर मोर सर्वाइवल. HR people are more survival in case of sales people. Is it clear? So sales churn is higher and survival of HR is be higher. Now second, then I go for another last one. I want to find out department wise में चला गया. I want to find profile wise, salary profile wise. 1 and 2. Is it interesting or not?
Yes.
Now, what is the churn rate? Top or middle level? And now see, up to third year, the green middle level कोई problem नहीं आ रहा, तो 100% survive हो रहा है. Third year के बाद middle लोग छोड़ना start कर रहे हैं. Survival rate of top is higher, churn rate of middle level is higher. Just opposite. Any doubt up to this? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Now, जितना भी आपको demographic characteristics रहेगा, you can do like this. But I want to go more deeper. What is my more deeper? I want to know gender को मैंने यहाँ रखा, gender, and I will write down 1 gender क्या लिया था, 0 and 1 लिया था ना, 0 and 1, and I write down department is by factor and write down department 1 and 2. Is it clear? Can I proceed? मैंने क्या कर रहा हूँ, और डीपली जाना चाहता हूँ चाइस क्रॉस सेक्शन में. मैं जाना चाहता हूँ मेल एंड फीमेल उतने डिपार्टमेंट में सबसे ज्यादा चर्न किसका है. तो क्या हुआ, आई विल पुट जेंडर एज ए फैक्टर एंड बाय फैक्टर आई विल टेक डिपार्टमेंट. क्लियर? कैन आई प्रोसीड? Now when I say okay, I have the different. Now see, department sales female, department sales male, HR gender female, HR male, and I am having the data. Anybody who can explain about this is department sales, this is department of HR. Now first go to the sales. Sales में क्या देखा आपने? In sales मैं देख रहा हूँ जो ब्लू कलर जो है वो है फीमेल है, ग्रीन कलर जो है मेल है. तो सेल्स में देख रहा हूँ कि जो फीमेल रेट हाई सर्वाइवल है. बट इन केस ऑफ HR, नाउ सी HR का ग्राफ आ रहा है. व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्ट? एनीबडी कैन एक्सप्लेन? वेदर इज मेल एंड फीमेल अप टू थर्ड ईयर देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, बट यहाँ पर जो मेल जो है वो छोड़ना स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं आफ्टर 2 years. सो डू यू थिंक इट इज इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर HR एनालिटिक्स और नॉट? Anybody? You can write a good paper on that if you are having the 4 year both same. Up to 4 year, very good. Up to 4 year both are equal same. They left equally. Now you can prepare your plan, strategical HR plan on basis of this graph. Okay. So now how to cook your result, how to analyze your result, that is your domain. You can analyze in better way. Now what is 1 minus survival? Here anybody can explain? Sales gender wise up to 2 year. All are equal, survive. The after 2 year, people start living. And now here, up to 8 to 10, this female is more survive in compared to male. Just opposite. Lots of fluctuation. Yes, maybe. Because listen, data is random. It is not an actual data. If you have actual data more than 500 or 600 employee, or let me, then you have a beautiful picture and you can analyze the things. Okay. Now, please write down next. Analyze, survival, Kalpan Mayer. Please click Kalpan Mayer. What is the object of Kalpan Mayer? Anybody? we have to say that whatever the graph we are having, it is whether significantly differ or not significantly differ. But the graph aa raha hai, whether this result will be made, will be true for future or more generalization or more people are coming or not. So again, what I will do, I will say timing, then status. Status is 0. Continue. Okay, factor gender wise. Then please, यहाँ तक हो गया आपका सबका. टाइमिंग डाला मैंने, स्टेटस डाला मैंने, जेंडर डाला, हो गया. Okay, what say you right? Significantly, we have to check. Any doubt up to this? I want to know whether the graph between male and female, the survival graph, is significant or not. Significant means whether this graph will remain same if the population will be increases or there is significant differences or not. और कोई जो भी रिजल्ट आ रहा है वो आपका डाटा में ट्रू होगा, आगे ट्रू नहीं होगा. Then please compare factor. हमें यहाँ 3 चीज चाहिए: log rank, Barcelo and turnover. These are 3 hypotheses like P, F, Z. We have 3 hypotheses: long rank, Barcelo and turnover. What they said, mathematical नहीं जा रहा हूँ. What they said, if the p value of this thing, just write down, if the p value, significant value, is less than 0.05, then the graphs are significant. And if it's greater than 0.05, then the graphs are not significant differences. You clear? You clear? There are 3 hypotheses. Go to the compare factor, log rank, Barcelo and turnover. All 3 are saying the different version. You can go one or you can take all the 3. They said that whether your graphs are significantly differ or not significantly differ. If it is less than 0.05, it means whatever graph you are having, they are significantly explained or policy making. If it is greater than 0.05, it means the graph is true only your organization. It never be generalized. Is it clear? Let's go to the then go to the shape. I want survival. Go to the option. I want survival, government survival. इसको अगर करेंगे तो सारा चीज आ जाएगा. Yeah, P less than 0.05 are significantly differ or not differ. Null hypothesis is that the graphs are significantly differ. If P is less than 0.05, then null hypothesis is rejected. It means if P is less than 0.05, the graph is not significant. Continue. Go to the option. Then survival. You are right, Jubin Kumar Sanijay. Continue. Okay. Now see. These are the survival rate. These are churn rate. जिसका churn हो रहा है, not active, उसका estimate आ रहा है. But objective is not here. Our objective is like this. Now see the value. This value. Don't go all. What is the significant value? Is greater than 0.05? Yes or no? This will log rank value is 0.05 से above आ रहा है. Barcelo भी 0.05 से above आ रहा है. And turnover भी 0.05 से above आ रहा है. It means if the null, it means what? Anybody can explain? If it is greater than 0.05, it means the graph is not significant. जो result आ रहा है वो मैं generalize नहीं कर सकता हूँ. अगर 0.05 से कम होगा जनरलाइज हो सकता है. मैं रियल डाटा आपको नहीं दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि रियल डाटा प्रॉब्लम होगा तो मैं रैंडम डाटा दे रहा हूँ, इसलिए सिग्निफिकेंट नहीं आ रहा है. तो रियल डाटा अगर लोगे, अगर सिग्निफिकेंट आ रहा है मतलब है जो रेंडमली जो चेंज हो रहा है वो रिजल्ट आपका सही है, ट्रूथ है, तो यू कैन एनालाइज. क्लियर? यू गॉट दिस ग्राफ सर्वाइवल, 1 minute survival like this. So the next part, what is the last one? I already developed the graph, understand the demographic, understand the significantly, you can analyze or not. What is the third one? Impact. I want to know which is the more important churn. कौन churn के लिए ज़्यादा impact कर रहा है? For that, what is the third one? Cost regression. Very good. Yeah. Go to analyze, survival, write down cost regression. This is very important. Last one, please remember. हमको अगर ये cost regression करेंगे ना, तो graph भी आएगा, test भी आएगा, और impact भी आएगा. So that is the final one.
So
and
in
most
cost regression, we are predicting
which factor is impacting churn.
अच्छा, that again we are describing it.
Yeah, we are describing because हमको churn पता लग गया कि कौन churn हो रहे, कब हो रहे, किसे हो रहे. अभी मुझे देखना है आउट ऑफ द डिफरेंट इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल व्हिच वेरिएबल हैज इंपैक्टेड मोर चॉन. नाउ सी I'll go by timing. Then what is my dependent variable? Anybody, what is my dependent variable? Status.
Status.
Define 0 is my status. I want to understand the 0. Then just take the gender, department, background, profile and salary. एक प्रॉब्लम यहाँ पर है, सैलरी मेरा डाटा जो है नॉमिनल नहीं है, तो मुझे क्या करना है, सैलरी को प्लीज स्केल डाटा करो. सैलरी इज स्केल डाटा. सैलरी, तो आई विल पुट जेंडर, डिपार्टमेंट, बैकग्राउंड, प्रोफाइल एंड सैलरी. मैंने सबको लेके आया डिपेंडेंट इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल में. एनी डाउट आफ्टर दिस? गो टू द कैटेगोरिकल. Just define which variable is a categorical, because you have taken so many independent variable.
Exactly.
Not all are not categorical. So define categorical. Here my gender is categorical, my department is categorical, my profile is categorical, my background is categorical, because nominal scale data are there.
So why you made your salary as a scale?
Because salary number है ना, salary is not a nominal, na, it is a number. 10,000, 15,000. So it is not a nominal scale. It is a scale data. Okay. Because we are having 3 scale: nominal, ordinal and scale and interval भी है. Nominal means we identify 1 or 2 for object. जैसे मेल को 1 दिया, 0 फीमेल दिया. 1 and 0 are nominal scale. That is categorical data. But salary, इसका 12,000 आ रहा है, किसका 30,000 पा रहे हैं. These are absolute value. These are not nominal scale. Okay. Then continue. Go to the plot. What I want survival plot and 1 minus survival plot. Again, go to the survival. Cox regression, then timing को मैंने पुट किया, then status मैंने पुट किया, define event 0, मुझे चॉन को देख रहा हूँ, then I'll put all the independent variable because I want to know which is more impact. Clear? Then on the basis of independent variable I define which are my categorical data. Gender is categorical, salary is categorical, department is categorical. Sorry, salary is not categorical, na? Then profile is categorical and background is categorical. Then continue. Then go to the plot. Write down survival and 1 minus survival. Continue. If you want to predict your employee कि survival होंगे ना नहीं होंगे, कब छोड़ के जाएंगे, then you write down. अगर you want to predict your people कि when the churn, अगर जो active भी हो रहा है उसको भी churn देखना है, तो please click save and write down survival function. तो आपको पता लग जाएगा कि ये churn होगा ना नहीं होगा. जो active भी है उसको पता लग जाएगा. Clear? Then okay. Now see. This is the first one. The model is significant. जैसे रिग्रेशन करते हैं ना, मॉडल इज सिग्निफिकेंट 0.05 से थोड़ा ज्यादा है, बट 10% लेवल सिग्निफिकेंट मॉडल आ रहा है. जैसे रिग्रेशन कर रहे थे सेम चीज. मॉडल इज सिग्निफिकेंट, ऑल 3 सेज दैट ओवरऑल सिग्निफिकेंट, चेंजेस भी सिग्निफिकेंट एंड ब्लॉक भी सिग्निफिकेंट. बट दिस इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन. गो टू द इक्वेशन. नाउ टेल मी, जेंडर नेगेटिव आ रहा है, व्हिच इज द सिग्निफिकेंट इंपैक्ट आउट ऑफ दिस रिग्रेशन में? व्हिच इज सिग्निफिकेंट इंपैक्ट? चॉन का सिग्निफिकेंट इंपैक्ट कौन सा आ रहा है? These are beta value, these are significant department. Very good. तो मैं देख रहा हूँ जितना भी मेरा ग्राफ कर रहा हूँ, it is only department which talks about churn. मतलब जो ज्वाइन करता है मार्केटिंग और सेल्स HR, वही churn that significant बात कर रहा है, बाकी नहीं है. But for time being, you assume that all are significant. Then how to analyze? How to analyze? You say that gender is minus. अगर 1 होगा तो churn है. माइनस मतलब क्या हुआ? 0 हो रहा है तो फीमेल आर नॉट चॉन. ज्यादा इंपैक्ट कर रहा है हमारा डिपार्टमेंट 0.5. अगर मार्केटिंग जा रहा है तो ज्यादा चॉन होगा, बिकॉज मार्केटिंग इज 1, HR इज 2. HR जाएगा ज्यादा चॉन होगा. बैकग्राउंड इज पॉजिटिवली चॉन. प्रोफाइल 1 लो लेवल लो चॉन एंड सैलरी इज नेगेटिव. सैलरी चॉन का नहीं हो रहा है, तो सैलरी अगर ज्यादा दोगे चॉन नहीं है, तो सैलरी इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू चॉन. नाउ दिस इज कॉल्ड वॉल स्टैटिस्टिक्स. आउट ऑफ दिस इसको रैंकिंग करो. सबसे हाईएस्ट इंपैक्ट किसका है? डिपार्टमेंट, फॉलोड बाय प्रोफाइल, फॉलोड बाय प्रोफाइल नंबर 2 एंड सबसे लोएस्ट इंपैक्ट कर रहा है चॉन में सैलरी. रैंकिंग वाइज वॉल वैल्यू को रैंकिंग करेंगे, सबसे हाई इंपैक्ट कौन सा हो रहा है. ये पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव कर रहा है, इसको ओवरऑल परसेंटेज में 9% impact कर रहा है. And last one is called, this is called exponential risk value. Means department having 66% risk to be churn. अगर 1 से above आ रहा है, मतलब है churn rate start हो रहा है, और 1.66 mean 66% chances है that if you join in marketing, you will churn. And 3.9% risk है background में, and profile 2 का 18% risk है. तो high risk जो हो रहा है हमारा department risk ज्यादा आ रहा है. तो मतलब है जो रिक्रूटमेंट हो रहा है, हमको डिपार्टमेंट जो ज्यादा चर्न हो रहा था, ग्राफ में देख रहे थे हम, मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट, सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट, उसको कंट्रोल करने में सेल्स हैव हाई रिस्क इन चर्न 66%. नाउ दिस इज सर्वाइवल ग्राफ, दिस इज वन मैन सर्वाइवल ग्राफ. थैंक यू वेरी मच. नाउ लेट मी एक्सप्लेन अबाउट द, अभी जिसको समझ नहीं आ रहा है तो मैं एक पीपीटी बनाया हूं, इसमें सारा चीज मैं लिखा हूं. पीपीटी शो हो रहा है कि देखो सर मेरा?
Yes, yes.
Now see, I've taken how to go by that. जिसको नहीं मिल पाएगा, survival, live table, पूरा मैं दिया हूँ. Define event, put 1, survival 1 minus, then direct table आएगा. How to interpret, you written here. Then how to analyze, then how to gender wise. जो मैंने काम किया हूँ, आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. ऑर्गेनाइजर को बोलिए कि आपको ये डाटा आपको दे देंगे. नाउ दिस इज एक्सपोनेंशियल वैल्यू 1.16 आफ्टर 12 टर्म. फॉर एग्जांपल 12 में यहाँ पर आ रहा है 1.63, यहाँ पर आ रहा है 1.41. तो 1.63 डिवाइड बाय 1.41 हाउ मच? 16%. तो 16% are more churn female than male. You can divide it each and every area, you can find out the churn rate. Then this is the graph of male and database already available. Then this is called Kalpan-Meyer. I have explained log range, Vasilo, terrain vary. I've already explained about how to analyze that. Now see if the value is less than log run weights equally significant or not. Now here p value is not significant. Now see COG not significantly differ because p value is less than 0.05. Then COG regression. All the theoretical, I got analyzed, everything is here. Exponential beta 0.961, it means there is no risk here. Okay? Thank you very much. These are references. So I hope I try my best to explain your HR topics through SPSS on one analytical tools, and I'll try to my best to explain some of the other tools also.
Okay.
You can use these tools for your research purposes also. You can, if you Google it, what a less number of paper has been analyzed in survival in HR. So if you try to analyze survival in HR, then it will be chances of publication will be more. And I need some people, if you are interested, you can write a good paper on that. Or subject to, you should have data. For example, if in area management faculty are more churn in COVID period, I want to know during COVID period from starting from February 25 to up to August 10, each day when they left a job, I can analyze the COVID churn rate during COVID period also. Faculty churn, or you can churn of the employees. You can ask, go to any organization, ask the last tenure data, when people left, go for that, take the demo profile, do right analysis, and do the consultation project.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Das. So
Thank
for
you.
finishing the first session,
Okay.
as this is quite clear, and the survival analysis is quite helpful for HR, because we will be knowing that how many people are having the attrition, or what is the organization is having the problem, and which department are like this.
So we will meet you
with this we are finishing the first. Yeah, we are first session. We are again meeting at 2 o'clock sharp.
And for that timing, we'll discuss about RFM and domain variable and regression analysis. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.